In football, every generation waits for the next spark, the next teenager who can break the mold, the one who makes defenders panic and crowds rise to their feet. Right now, that player might just be Roony Bardghji, the teenage sensation dubbed the Swedish Messi. And at the time of this video, with Barcelona closing in on his signature, the footballing world is watching closely. But who is Roony Bardghji? Why is he being compared to the greatest player in Barcelona's history in the first place? And more importantly, how does he actually fit into Hansi Flick's vision for a new Barcelona era? Let's take it back to the beginning. After excelling at youth level with Malmo and then FC Copenhagen's academy, Bardghji broke through into senior football like a thunderclap. In November of 2021, at just 16 years and 6 days, he made his debut for FC Copenhagen, becoming the youngest player in their history. And since then, his rise has been fast and focused. By 2024, he had already amassed over 75 senior appearances, scoring crucial goals in European competition, and built a reputation as one of the most exciting teenagers in world football. One of his more defining moments for FC Copenhagen was a match-winning goal against Manchester United in the Champions League, a clinical, composed finish that showed not just talent, but nerve. But Bardghji isn't just a highlight reel player. He's been described by Danish scouts as a dynamic inside forward with excellent awareness, creativity, and precision. He's got low center of gravity and sharp turning ability, which allow him to glide past defenders with ease. At the age of 19, he's shown that he's not just ready for the next step, he's starting to crave it. That step now appears to lead to the Camp Nou. And if the reports are of course accurate at the time of this video, Barcelona are close or will have finalized this deal for Bardghji that could see him wearing the iconic Barcelona shirt this summer. But of course, before we dive into the tactical side of things and how he might potentially fit in at Barcelona under Hansi Flick, let's find out exactly why is he called the Swedish Messi? And is that label a blessing or is it a curse? So why is he called the Swedish Messi? I mean, it's not a title fans or pundits throw around lightly, but when you watch him play, the comparison, while lofty, starts to make a little sense. Rooney's signature move is a classic Messi trait, receiving the ball wide on the right, isolating his defender, and then driving inward onto his lethal left foot. That inverted winger role, cutting inside, combining centrally, and becoming a secondary striker is one of the most dangerous modern attacking profiles. And Bardghji plays it with remarkable instinct and flair. Instead of stepovers or tricks, he relies on quick feints, balance, and explosive acceleration, just like a young Messi did. It's the simplicity and effectiveness of his movement that echoes the Argentine legend. Rooney is also surprisingly composed in front of goal. He doesn't panic, he waits for the goalkeeper to move. That patience, that stillness under pressure is something coaches can't teach. It's the trait of a natural finisher, not just a flashy winger. And just like Messi at the age of 19, Rooney doesn't drift in and out of games. He demands the ball. He's a creator, a shooter, a connector. Now, of course, we are not silly. No one can truly replicate the level of Lionel Messi, especially a young Lionel Messi. But the style, the profile, and the early maturity in Rooney's game, especially when playing against older, stronger opponents, all point to a player who's cut from a similar cloth. And then, of course, there's the mentality. Rooney isn't overwhelmed by expectation. In fact, he seems to thrive under it. After scoring against the likes of Manchester United, he didn't celebrate wildly. He just stared calmly into the stands as if to say, "This is where I belong, people." Barcelona fans know that look. They've seen it before and they're probably seeing it again with another player who currently plays in the exact same position, which cues us in to how he may fit in tactically under Barcelona and Hansi Flick. So I guess the question is, what happens when you drop a player like Roony Bardghji into Hansi Flick's Barcelona? Well, first of all, there's context. Flick has only just begun reshaping Barcelona in his image, but after that first season, I would probably say that the signs are really clear. High pressing, fast transitions, dynamic width, fluid positional play. He wants his team to be aggressive, structured, and lethal in attack without having to sacrifice control. In that kind of framework, Rooney isn't just a luxury signing, he has to come in as a strategic piece. Obviously, he plays in the same position as Lamine Yamal, and to be honest, he's locked down that right wing until he decides to leave Barcelona. And of course, you've got Raphinha, who operates on the left-hand side, cutting in field if needs be. Barcelona's wide areas are in good hands. As mentioned before, the wide areas are pretty good. I mean, you've got one of the best left and right wingers in the same team, and they're potentially looking at getting another left winger in Nico Williams. So the options on the wings are pretty decent. It's the depth, I believe, it's the main issue for someone like Barcelona and for Hansi Flick. Behind Yamal and Raphinha, options are quite thin at this moment in time. So Roony Bardghji can offer the cover, but not just that, he can be genuine competition in the next couple of seasons and potentially a new tactical wrinkle. So, of course, one of the options is he could just rotate with Lamine Yamal, who, of course, needs to avoid burnout, especially at his young age. He's only 17. He's actually younger than Bardghji himself, especially with Barcelona trying to fight on multiple fronts next season. There is also a world he could potentially play on the left-hand side instead of Raphinha, especially if Hansi Flick wants to use both Yamal and Roony in certain games. Again, it all depends because Roony is defensively disciplined, something Flick does demand. He can track back, he presses with intent, and he understands tactical triggers, which are key traits for a winger in a high-pressing system. At this current moment in time, it's a bit unsure as to what his role potentially would be. I believe his role at Barcelona would be the almost understudy, even though he is older than Lamine Yamal, but it would almost be the understudy to him, learn the tactics, learn the style of play, and then see where he can fit within the squad. He is a very talented individual, and at this current moment in time, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And with someone like him, especially for the fee that's being reported, it's kind of a win-win situation for a team like Barcelona at this current moment in time, because you're getting in another young and talented individual. If he came through at La Masia, I think we'd all be sitting here saying he could be the next thing since sliced bread. So, of course, I think right now it's a good move for someone like him. Listen, ultimately, Roony Bardghji isn't Messi, but he doesn't even need to be. What he is a young, hungry, gifted winger who's earned his place among Europe's elite prospects. Barcelona are betting on his talent and on his attitude. If he can adapt to the tactical demands of La Liga and keep developing under Hansi Flick, he might just be the next great chapter in Barca's post-Messi era, alongside a Lamine Yamal. The Swedish Messi is coming. The question is, are we ready? But as always, guys, you know the vibes already. Make sure you smash a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And let me know your thoughts on this move for Roony Bardghji.